All right, so this is EpigenFL Part 3. So this means this looks familiar to you, where I've left off, where you should have left off. And now we're going to continue to build our um, timeline with now with our video clips and audio clips. So this is new. This program's new to you guys. And there's a lot to learn with it, but we're going to start by learning the things we need to know to get this project done. And I want to first talk about the animated videos that you made in Adobe Animate. So I've got one here, and I've just kind of double clicked on it from importing it. I've double clicked to get it to where I could see it. Go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. And if I scrub through it, this is actually, I believe, all the pieces, all the video pieces, but all put into one file, one export file. Some of you might have done it like this. And so, I'll show you what you could do to use this type of video, where it's all together. Or even if you have a couple of pieces, this technique I'm going to talk about will work as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the scrubber's all the way to the left, and I'm going to start dragging it to the right until I see it switch. Now I need to get the exact frame where that happens at. So I'm going to, on my keyboard, I'm going to use the arrows. There's a right arrow and a left arrow in the bottom right corner, or somewhere on your keyboard. Your keyboard might be a little bit different from mine, but you guys should be able to find the arrows. They're just keys with a left arrow, a right arrow, up arrow, and down arrow. The left arrow will go back a frame at a time, frame by frame, and a right arrow goes to the right frame by frame. So remember, in video production, all this is 30 frames per second. 30 pictures play every second, like this playhead here. And that creates the illusion of motion. So we can move through these frames, these pictures, one at a time using the arrows. And so right there is where the last frame of this animation is at. So I want to cut this piece out. And to do that, I'm going to use these tools right below the preview screen here. The main tools are right here. We have a set in, or a mark in, and a mark out. The mark in right now is the left side of the video, since the playhead's right here. So I don't need to set the mark in because it's the beginning of the video, but I do need to say where it ends. It's going to end right where the marker's at. The marker decides where the mark in and mark outs are positioned. So you place the marker where you want it, and like I just showed you. And then you decide if you're going to mark the in spot there or the out spot there. And we want to mark out. So now all this area from the left, from the very first frame, all the way to where I put my mark out, is the piece that I want. It's about 5, almost 6 seconds long. And I'm going to click, hold, and I'm going to drag that down here. And I'm going to place it right there, right up against my 4D camera file piece, right? And now it starts there. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this key here to go to the out spot, and I'm going to move over one to the right with the right arrow. So now I'm at the beginning of the next sequence of animation, and I'm going to click the in. So now it marks that as the beginning, and I'm going to scroll across so I can see it. So okay, it switches right around there. So I'm going to use the right arrow till I find the exact last frame right there. I'm going to set my mark out. So that's basic editing of video clips. You could do that with any video clip that you have right here that have been imported. Okay, and that's what you need to be doing now. Before I click that and bring that down, and I'm just going to lay it out here, not necessarily snap it into place, because we have two things going on right here. We have video, and we also have audio. So I need to bring in my audio track now that goes with this video clip right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the arrows to also position to the first frame, and use the arrows left and right to move this playhead to the first frame of my animation, and that will set where I need to bring my audio file into at. Because again, this is all about just putting the pieces into this timeline where they're needed, and we've got multiple layers for audio and multiple layers for video. All right, so I'm going to go find my audio file that goes with this, and it's probably going to be based on how you named it. It's probably going to be the first one, but you're going to have to figure out which one it is, right? And the best way to do that, if you can't tell by the number, by the video file name, is you just have to play it. You have to double click on it and then play it.
A way it could affect your mindset is...
Okay, and then you're going to find that text in your you're going to find that text in your outline or in your storyboard, and then you'll know that this is for frame 6 or for frame 2 or whatever it is, right? So I've got to go ahead and figure out, I'm at one end of the spectrum there, and I'm going to take a guess that this might be the first one here. Let's take a look. Double click and play this.
Depression can affect the body by making it unable to concentrate or make decisions.
Okay, not sure if that's the first one. So I'm just going to go through, and you're going to have to play these and find the one that you need for your first, that makes your first video clip, for your first video clip. Maybe it's this one.
Depression is a disorder marked by an overwhelming feelings of sadness, isolation, and despair.
Okay, I'm going to guess that that's probably the first one. All right, I might be wrong, but it's close because it's 6 seconds long. So now I'm going to click, hold, and drag that audio file over to audio 1. You see, I moved it from here this time, not from up here. If I did, I could have also done that. I would have grabbed it from the waveform here, like that, okay? So I can either drag it from here. Hey, excuse me, I just sneezed, and you all heard that. Anyways, I can either drag it from there, drag a clip, I should say, or I could drag it right from here. If I do need to do any editing, like look at this. Let's play this beginning part. So really, this piece isn't needed, right? You see that?
Depression.
Right about here is where it starts. So I'm actually going to click on the in. I'm going to mark the in spot there, and then it looks like the rest of it is what I need. So now I've just got from here to there. This is my edited piece. So I'm actually going to get rid of that, hit the delete key, and I'm just going to use the piece that I just edited. And so I'm going to grab that waveform icon right there, click, hold, and drag it, and place it right to the left. And that's fine if it stops before the animation is done. That's actually better than the other way around where it's longer than the animation, because then we have to do some stuff to fix that. Anyways, now let me play this.
Depression is a disorder marked by an overwhelming feelings of sadness, isolation, and despair.
Okay. Now we go with the next piece right there. And I'm going to drag that and bring that in. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find the video clip. Let's say it's that one. That matches up with this picture. I guess that's probably not it. But whatever it is, let me play this. And again, we can see the beginning of that. There's a delay before you start talking. So we're going to go put the playhead right there and click our in, and then decide if we need the whole thing.
Strokes or artery diseases.
Okay, so it looks like right to the end is what we need. So we've got it selected from here to here. So I'm going to go grab that. I'm going to drag that and place that right there. You got to kind of line up and bring that in. So what happens if this piece is not long enough for your audio? You didn't guess right. So let me, right?
Depression.
Okay, so let's say, I'm not saying that in real life that that's the case right here, but let's just say this happens. It's probably going to happen, you guys. I want to show you how you can deal with it. You can see that this is about a little less than half the length it needs to be. Unfortunately, we can't just drag it out. Or actually, I guess we can just drag it out. No, we can't. Okay, so let me Command Z that. Because what we're going to end up doing is just taking more of the video clip that was past our out mark that we did earlier. However, what we could do, since this is a separate video clip, its own video clip, we could change the speed of it. So I'm going to right click over it, and I'm going to go now to speed and duration. And at 100%, this thing is 4 seconds and 18 frames. Remember, 30 frames a second. So this is about 4.5 seconds. And it looks like I need to go, if I look at this clip here, it looks like I need 10 seconds. So I got to make this 4 seconds be about 10 seconds or close to it. So that means I need to slow this down about to half. So if I need to slow it down and make it play slower to accommodate the speed of my audio file, I'm going to cut it in half by going to 50%. I'm going to click 50 there, and now it's 9 seconds. Well, I'm still off by about a second. So I might be able to even slow it down more and go 45 seconds. Now it's 10 seconds. That's pretty darn close. I'm going to click OK. And now look at the footprint on it. You can see now that it's just about long enough. We actually want it to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to right click. Sorry. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to my speed and duration setting again and make it even longer. I'm going to try 40%. That's 11.5 seconds right there. So I'm going to click OK. Now the audio file, if I zoom in and take a close look here, the audio file is shorter than the video file, which is what I want, because that way I'm still watching the video and I'm not listening to any more discussion. But that's okay, because we're going to have the background music and special sound effects in there so that the viewer is listening to something. But we'll cover that in the next video. Anyways, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to let you think about what I just talked about and how you're going to be doing this now. Go back, rewind, fast forward to get your questions that you might still have on how to do this answered by this training video. And you want to just work your way across on this timeline off of your storyboard. So this is your picture 1, and this is picture 2, then we got picture 3, picture 4. When I say picture from your storyboard, right? So your animation 1, animation 2, along with the dialogue that you wrote and read and that we have in the audio files. So just work your way across until you get your video completed as far as getting these pieces, the animation pieces and the audio pieces. That is your narration for the story. Okay? And then, of course, if the bell rings or you're done, you do a Command S to save the project. All right? And the next training video you want to watch once you get this done is training video 4, and that's the one where I talk to you about copyright-free music and sound effects. Okay? Very good.